Hello and welcome to a new rush hour episode of Trains App, and today we're at Linslade on the West Coast Mainline, where you'll be seeing services from London Northwestern Railway, Avanti West Coast, and just a little bit of freight as well. As you can see, the sheep are in full force today. We're doing about turn. I have my bodyguards. Sheep and 2 lambs. Hello, right on cue. Hello, lamb. Yes, you're on film, you're now famous. Jolly good. Don't let the fame get to you. Right, to kick things off, we're going to have an Avanti West Coast Class 390 passing by with a service bound for some far and distant land. (390-154) kicks things off. I'm going to get myself sorted, and then we'll get into the real swing of things. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be a Rail Operations Group Class 37, going from Ilford to Warburton Centre sidings. Nice two-turn there from 37,800. All in greater angular 321-306. I walked just a little bit too close to the lambs. I was actually walking up to that post just there. I got to about there, right by where that metal bar is, and the mum was not too keen. Looked straight at me, did a bit of a huffing noise. I thought, I did actually apologise to the sheep. Sorry, no, you're all good. Carry on. Then I went back to here. Here is fine. And then she carried on nibbling away. Every now and again, pokes her head up and just to see what I'm up to, but there you go. Not quite up to the standards of David Attenborough, admittedly, but you never know, one day. Okay, the next train to round the bend is going to be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. So the slightly front colour off end. Really? Try again. 254 and 234. 254 with the slightly off colour front end. There you go. That's what you wanted to say. But it didn't come out that, did it? No, it really didn't. You had a mare. The Pendolino at the start of proceedings was bound for Glasgow Central. Okay, and the next train to pass by is going to be the trio of Royal Mail 325s going from Willesden to Shieldmere. So the end of proceedings is 325011. With 015 and 005. Okay, the next round around the bend is going to be another pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s bound for London Euston. I'm not too sure where they've come from, but there will be an Avanti West Coast Class 290 Pendolino passing by bound for Manchester. 371 and 237. And there goes 390-009. Okay, round to the bend is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 bound for London Euston from Blackpool North. Courtesy of 390-124. The pair of 350s are working a service from Milton Keynes Central. Now what you're missing through the gaps of me filming these trains is a thrilling conversation I'm having with the sheep. You see, the mother got defensive when I got a little too close for comfort to her lambs. Okay, that makes sense. You know, that's her maternal instinct kicking in, sees me as a threat to her lambs. Understandable. So, work this one out. She is right there. Her 2 lambs are right there. They're getting closer and closer with every passing minute. You're not too sure what to do with yourself, are you? You're not the slightest bit bothered, and I can't work you out. apart from you've got to flee. Jolly good. Go talk to your mum. The things you miss in between me filming trains. Like I tell you, it could be a whole new series in itself. Not entirely sure me talking to sheep would catch on, but you never know. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a pair of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers going from London Euston to Edinburgh Waverley. Two to 104 and 221 111. Okay, the next train to make an appearance, in theory, should be a pair of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers. Indeed it is. Going from Holyhead to London Euston. Two to 1115 and 221 117 with the honours for that one. Moved up to my more favourable spot. I feel just standing here just gives me a little bit better view, as I'm not standing directly in front of a bush. And I'm a little bit higher up as well. Win-win. Alright then, the next train to pass by will be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from London Euston to Crewe. .350-255 leading. With 376 with a bit of a dull coloured door on the rear. Voice went really high then. I have no idea why. Okay, the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Worked by 390 104. Okay then, the next train to pass by, that I haven't seen for a long while, would be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 319s, going from London Euston to Northampton. So leading the way is 319 429. With 319 219 bringing up the rear. Alright then, next freight train to pass by will be a GBRf Class 66. I think this is going from Birch Coppice to Felixstowe. Nice two-ton there from the driver, thank you very much, from 66 to 760. Oh, hello. There goes 350 105 and 239 with the London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston from Crewe. We'll then have another GBRf Class 66 coming along, working a service from London Gateway to East Midlands Gateway. She's certainly not hanging about. Fantastic. Thank you very much from 66726. Not full to capacity, but bloody good time for the driver. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay, the next train to be giving it a fair amount of beans will be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Glasgow Central. 390.013. From at a lean angle on as she tackles the old Linslade curve. Yes, thank you, sheeps. Oh, in other news, the sheeps have sort of slowly worked their way down. So the mother gave me an earful and then wandered off. Charming. And I've got the group up there who are chatting away quite merrily. Right on cue. And again. Yes, yes, well done. Okay, the next train to make an appearance will be Royal Scot 390.044, working in an Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly. Again, having just come out of the tunnel, will be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s, working a service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. Leading the charge will be 350.240. With 350.251 still in its London Midlands colour scheme on the rear. Okay, the next train to disturb the peace will be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. 390.039. Autofocus kind of wanting to do its own thing there. Okay, the next round around the bend is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. But by 391.31, giving it a gentle amount of beans, shall we say. Mind you saying that, decent amount of speed. Alright, decent amount of beans. Beans of suitable standard. And into the tunnel she goes. Okay, the next round around the bend is going to be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Northampton to London Euston. I sound so surprised by that. So leading the way is former Transpar 9 350.407. With 352.36 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be yet another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 390.050. I don't know why I'm doing the sort of changes in voice, but yeah, it works. Just work with it, it's fine. There's no reason to question my sanity. Not that I really had anything to start with, so we'll just gloss over that, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, the next freight train to pass by is going to be worked by a Freightliner Class 66 going from London Gateway to Garston. She is definitely motoring. So, giving it what for is 66.523. Couple of nasty flat wheels in there I can hear, but she is definitely not hanging about. Okay, I can hear noises, and the noise is being made by an Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Glasgow Central to London Euston. .135. Doing about a turn to find another Freightliner 66 going from Crewe Bass Hall to Felixstowe, worked by 66.547. Again, quite lightly loaded. Again, the next freight train to pass by is going to be worked by another Freightliner class 66, going from Felixstowe to Lawley Street. And she is definitely giving it the beans. Courtesy of 66532. And the next train to pass by is another Avanti West Coast class 390 Penzolino. (390-130) working a service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. And then the next train to emerge from the tunnel will be a pair of London Northwestern Railway class 350s going from London Euston to Northampton, with former Transpennine 354-10 leading. And 350-112 on the rear. Okay then, the next train to pass by is going to be a duo of London Northwestern Railway class 350s heading to London Euston. I'm not too sure where from. (232) and (243). We then have a trio of London Northwestern Railway class 350s bound for Milton Keynes Central. Thank you very much. 374 leading. 119 in the middle. 122 brings up the rear. I tell a lie. It's bound for Northampton. Real-time train shows that as being a Milton Keynes service, but it's actually bound for Northampton. But there we go. But also, thank you for the tune from the driver. Thank you very much. Now, I want to say that the duo of 350s were bound? No, coming from, there you go, Milton Keynes, but I will double check that. Okay, the next train to round the bend will be another Avanti West Coast class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. (390-002) giving it what for. The duo of 350s were working a service from Northampton. The trio were going to Northampton, and then the 350s before that were a very late running service to Milton Keynes. We should then have what looks like 390-121 working a service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. Going at a very sedate pace. Okay, the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast class 390 going from London Euston to Glasgow Central. Worked by 390-001. And then we'll have, coming through at a very pedestrian pace, a Freightliner 66 going from, think about it, Ditton O'Connor to Felixstowe, with a very, very bright front light, courtesy of 66-420. Couple of new container wagons on this one. Actually, with some of the previous ones as well, there's quite a few new container wagons thrown into the mixture, i.e. these two. And then you've got that one there with a real good flat wheel. That as well. Oh, there's a cracker here. Oh, there's another one. Then we're going to have 390-119 passing by. No idea where it's going. You're really not going to lose that in a car park, are you? Okay, the next train around the bend will be a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Leading proceedings is 350-233. With 350-102 bringing up the rear. And over the course of the last hour, the group are getting closer. Yeah, hello, I'm looking right at you. Yes, now you're famous as well now. Yes. Oh. Right, well here we have a GBRf 66 going from Trafford Park Euro Terminal to Felixstowe North GBRf. Also happen to go at rather pedestrian pace. Courtesy of 66-715. Valor. Great name. This has got quite a few new container carriers as well. Right little variety on there. Okay then, the next freight train to pass by is going to be worked by a DB Cargo UK Class 66 going from Dagenham to Moss End with a mixture of cars and vans. And this is worked by 66-155. Choose any make and model you like. I mean, that has got to be one of the most expensive trains running in England. To the possible exception of the Chiltern to Dollans Moor, which runs with brand new Toyotas. Or even the train that runs from the mini plant to Southampton. I mean, this one's got to be close. And in other news, ducks. They've made an appearance now. I'm getting them all. Doing about turn. And they're all here now. They've all come to say hello. and they are really chatty. Alrighty then, here we have (39043) thundering her way up north with a service bound for Glasgow Central. Alrighty then, the next train to pass by is going to be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s. (112) and (410), working a service from Milton Keynes Central to London Euston. Okay, the next train to disturb the peace is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino. (390-129), working a service from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a duo of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers. (221-114) and (221-108), working a service from Holyhead to London Euston. We'll then have a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 319s passing by with a service bound for Milton Keynes Central. (319-012) leading. With 319-457 bringing up the rear. Then we're going to have a DC Rail Class 60 passing by. Worked by 60055. Now I believe that's working the Wolverton Centre sidings to Wembley. And for all of you wanting the latest sheep update, the whole family is now here. So I am just keeping my eye on them, because the last thing I want is for the mums to start getting a little bit funny with me being so close. Mind you, I was standing here before they turned up, but that's neither here nor there. As a bird of prey passes overhead, as we're going to have a crew-bound service courtesy of London Northwestern Railway. Well, there goes 39136, and I want to say 35236 on the rear of the service to crew. Oh, looks like the 390's hit the brakes. I can see a lot of dust up in the distance. No, I'm really confused now, because here comes 37800. I don't know what the 60 was working then. God, that 37 looks good. Well, the 37's doing the Wolverton to Wembley run. I don't know what that 60 is doing, because it didn't pop up anywhere. No. No, I'm at a loss. I really am. Yes, hello. Right, well here we're going to have is a pair of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s bound for Birmingham, I want to say. Well, it's 234 and 254 with a knackered rear door, bound for Northampton, as it seems. Oh, okay. See, this is what I have to contend with. They'll walk past me, they'll stop, or in their case, run off. They sort of turn, stare at me, as if to wait for me to say, you know, carry on going about your business. Yeah, like you. Why are you strutting your stuff, honestly? There's a couple more just in there. They'll probably walk out, walk right behind me, stop, stare at me, wait for me to then look at them, and then they carry on. Yeah, it's you! You're the one! Where's your mother? You know, go talk to your mum. Honestly. You know, just any one of you. You're. That's it. I've deemed you the mother. Have a word. Honestly, now you just don't care, do you? Rude. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 bound for Lancaster. It's 390-127. There goes 352-53 and 248. With service from, what's the time? That should be a Crewe to London service, but I will double check that. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s from London Euston to Birmingham New Street, with 350-109 leading. And 350-114 bringing up the rear. The other two, yes, thank you. Yeah, you over there having a chat, honestly. Yeah, the other two 350s were from Crewe to London. What, are you in agreement with me over there? No, not you. Honestly, I remember... Can I help you? That's what I thought. I'll give up. Right, anyway. Here we have another Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pentalino bound for Liverpool Lime Street. In the form of 390-124. Really leaning into that bend. Okay, well, now I really am confused, because now I've got a 47 making an appearance. This isn't even supposed to turn up. The 390 heading north was bound for Manchester. The 390 that's... well, the next 390s will be to and from Liverpool. I wasn't even expecting a 47 to make an appearance. So, who are you? City of Truro 47749. I'm not gonna argue. I'll take a 47. Oh, hello. And there goes 390-138 bound for Liverpool Lime Street. But yeah, that's two mystery workings so far. The DC Rail Freight 60 and the GBRf Class 47. None of them have popped up in real-time trains, so I've got nothing. I'm lost. I'm at a loss. I have no idea what they're supposed to be working. Okay, round the bend is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390. In the form of 390-107, working a service from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. Okay, we have some 319s coming back, presumably working a service from Northampton to London Euston. 319-219 leading. With 319-429 bringing up the rear. It's great to see the 319s back again. Like the 321s, they have a sense of character. Unlike that sheep. Yes, you. Okay, the next train to pass by is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Manchester to London. The 390-005 giving it a substantial amount of beans. The trusted beanometer. Speed measured in the unit of beans. Okay, then the next trains to really give it what for will be a pair of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers going to Wrexham General and Holyhead. (221-101) and 221-118. It really will be a shame to see the Voyagers go from the West Coast Mainline. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I've got no issues with them at all. I think they're very comfortable to travel on. I heard a two-tone from the other side of the tunnel. Intriguing. Okay, well the source of that two-tone is potentially this duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s, working a service from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central. 350 104 leading. With Transpennine 401 on the rear, or former Transpennine. And then we're going to have DB Cargo UK 66 104. Really putting her foot down with quite a heavily laden container train going from Trafford Park Euro Terminal to London Gateway. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s going from London Euston to Northampton. 350 237 leading. With 371 bringing up the rear. Taking the curve with ease. Okay, then our final train of the day should be a duo of London Northwestern Railway Class 350s, put my teeth back in, going from London Euston to Northampton. This is working the local stopping service. In fact, I think it's a trio. It is indeed. So, leading well there we have 350 239. With 105 and 118. So, as they round the bend, I shall leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. If you have enjoyed what you see today, then please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, I do go back to them as and when I get the opportunity to. I always love coming to Linslade. It's by far and away my most favourite of the trackside locations on any main line, primarily because of just this curve. Really is just quite something, it really is. And the scenery, even though the clouds look incredibly foreboding, it's always gorgeous round here, it really is. Can't fault it whatsoever. Oh, it's never the last train, is it? Of course not. As here we have... (390.040) working a service from Glasgow Central to London Euston. But yeah, I love filming here at Linslade. If you haven't been here before, I highly recommend it. If you need a landmark in order to get here, you want Old Linslade Church, which is just there. And then there's I use the term loosely, a car park, just down there. And then it's about a 2-minute walk from there up to here. But it's one of my most favourite places, well, my most favourite place to come filming for a trackside location by a country mile. But my next rush hour film is going to be from Kings Sutton on the Chiltern Mainline. Really looking forward to filming there. I haven't been there for a couple of years now, so that's always a cracker of a station to go to. And hopefully there'll be a couple of 68s singing their song. But if you have any trackside locations or stations you'd like to see me cover for a rush hour film, please do let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. All I'll ask is please do bear in mind that I do have a job, you know, the 8 till 5, well in my case 8:30 till 4:30. So anywhere that's within no more than an hour of Milton Keynes really is a viable option. But until next time, from me here at Linslade, I shall see you all later. Take care guys, goodbye.